Hello, this is another AYD League, a very tight game that White won 2.5. This game, it's played against a stronger opponent, makes the win more impressive. But in the early stage, it felt that White got off to a pretty good start. So, have a look. White to modern Fuseki again. Black went for a Shimari, calm and collected. White approaches the corner, that's good. Now, very tight defense in the lower side. This is actually good because you kind of prevent Sun invasion, but it's also very nice to play a Shimari in the top left corner. So, for example, d14, or well, the same like black did, d14, or the tight one c15. So first of all, black is not going to attack that corner, and now the next big move for white is to extend at k16. Now, if black plays some kind of pincer here, white can easily fix the top right, make a base like that, or of course, Tetch and Hane, the usual stuff. Also, it's nice for white to take away the bottom side, where black wants to extend ID. But this will just lead to a tricky. So, tight defense here. Now, black should do something about the top left corner. And there we go, high approach. Usually, black goes low. That's the common style now. But high can be played too. So it's interesting to see a new move, this kind of far and low pincer. Usually white will just fix the corner at c15. That's the very common style. But we've seen this Joseki on and on, so it's a nice idea to try something else. Also, a tight pincer at c13, it's more common and it used to be more popular, and there are all kind of Josekis here, like this one. Actually, this one fits white's position pretty well because it connects well to O17 and also left side. But it's also a nice idea to try this experiment at d12, which is a bot-like move. Now for white, for black, it's more interesting to play a Kema f16, because if white wants to connect on the left side with a move like c15, black will Hane, pull back, connect. And now c12 is somewhat too close to black's thickness, so white needs to make a base here, but black can play this kind of move and pincer the top stone. So both black and white end up with a pretty decent result, quite balanced. But I think what white has in mind here on this Kema is to cut this way, cut Kema at the waist. Then if black goes for Atari because the ladder is good, white is happy to give up the stone and just connect. This way, white takes a nice territory in the corner, and black's Ponuki is somewhat heavy because it has another stone attached to the Ponuki, and of course black has to play another move, maybe a pincer around k17. But locally, white profits more than black because white already got a lot of territory in the corner, can still slide and reduce black's potential in the top. So black is not very happy with the outcome or the potential to build territory on the outside in this local variation. Therefore, black has to resist. So instead of taking the ladder and feel good about the Ponuki, just go down and fight. Now this fight can be quite tricky. White will no be here, then we have a slide in the corner to make a base. White has this Tesuji, black pulls back. White will probably jump to the right side. Now black can come out, because earlier white would push through and cut, but now black can go down and then connect. So this is the kind of fight that happens with that cross cut, and it can easily get out of control. Quite complicated both for black and white. But I guess that was the whole point of playing c12 and make things complicated. But black tried to avoid this and just Hane in the corner. I mean Tsuke in the corner, and white cuts. Actually the cut is maybe a little bit too much. It's good enough to play Hane c18 and then Tiger Mount. Because normally black is supposed to extend at c12, but now it's occupied. So the only thing black can do is either jump out or play some shoulder hit like this. But this doesn't really give a base. So white can play in the top this move or this move, prevent being pressed down at f17. And when black comes out, white jumps along. So black is running a little bit to create some I shape, but white profits on both sides. The top is quite nice and also the left one. Also here on this push and the wedge, white can Atari under and resist and keep chasing the group, because eventually black has to run into the middle. So again, white is building territory both sides while attacking. So back to the fight. White wants the cross cut. And let's see how black will handle this. So Atari under. Obviously black has to come out. Now there's an option where black just Atari from behind, Atari again, so give up the corner and then make a solid formation with this tiger mount. If white plays something in the top, black doesn't have to worry anymore. In that group it's quite resilient. If white plays another move on the left side, that's not really necessary because the group can leave anyway. Black will pincer in the top, so this gives black a very good extension and also attacks O17 in the same time. So white needs a tiny base here. So black can actually consider sacrificing the stone in the corner and just go for some thickness towards the top, because this is the kind of situation where white doesn't want to fight the core right away. White will obviously connect and then black will just make a tiger mount, or if black wants to be more aggressive, a pincer around here can happen, and if white cuts, the ladder is good anyway, but white has the nose to switch and that's more tricky. So let's see the actual game. Black goes down, white extends. Now black has the option in some similar Josikis to just cover and give up the cornerstones, but in this case it's not interesting because there is a C12 stone, so there is no way to extend, and now black has to come out with cap. White extends and black is still on the run, therefore it's a good decision for black to cut. Now if black wants to Atari and sacrifice, it's also not so great. I mean this and this, because there's a cutting point here, and yeah, black needs to connect first, and white will play another move in the corner. Otherwise it's a co-fight. If white omits this b18 and tries to go for a more aggressive attack on the stones on the outside, black can turn in the corner, then descend in Sente, threatening the Atari, and now you may say it's a one eye versus no eye situation, but actually black can play Atari in the corner, then Atari from the outside, and this is a ko. It's the kind of ko that, being in the early stage of the game, white will probably play a ko threat, black will take, white continues here, and black will just capture everything. But it's not such a disaster because white also gains a lot in the corner, capturing this q3, but still, it feels good for black to come back to life like that. But if this happens, black connects, white defends, and now black is still on the run. So it's not great to sacrifice like that. So instead of taking the stone, black can play one more Atari and then capture the cornerstone. Of course here white can go for the 2 stones in the middle with a net, but overall this is still okay for black locally because black leaving the corner quite comfortable, and black can use those 2 stones as co-threats. So let's say we have a pincer here, white needs to leave somehow, then black can play this kind of forcing move, go down in Sente, or just attach, threatening to connect them, and if white plays here, Atari connect and jump out. So in the end, black lost the 2 stones, but white had to play inside many times to capture them. But black just played the Atari in the corner, so white obviously will turn in Sente and then attack the 2 stones with a Keima. This feels good for white on the outside because the corner points are just like 4 plus the capture, maybe 5, and well, the push 5-6 points, let's say. But it's not impressive because white gets almost double on the outside. So black Hane, that's a mistake. Black should play Nobi, threatening to catch the 3 stones. White will answer here, and then black can run out with the 3 stones if he really wants. While playing the Hane, it turns back to this. It's like playing here, and then the Hane takes, the turn takes away your own liberty, and black is not happy about that. So it's not the best technique. And now black attaches to go out. This is good. White Nobi. This is nice. Jump. So white actually profits a lot, taking the potential Moyo on the left side, and also top is going strong, and now black just pincer, but it's not really a good time for pincer. Black should still do something to come out in the center. Either jump or Keima like this. Black can also test the waters with this push to see whether white will block or pull back. And then black can even push one more time, because if white blocks, black has this cut, and on Atari go down, and if white blocks here, black will catch 3 stones and connect. And if white resists with this move, black will turn. On the Hane you have Atari under, and all these moves, but it's quite painful for white to crawl like this, just to keep everything connected, and then black has this net, capture those guys in the center. So black actually escapes very nice. Therefore, when this happens, white has to pull back again, then black can push one more time and cut, and finally catch the 2 stones with a Nobi. No need to play Atari, because white will Atari from the outside. So just Nobi, and now black is safe in the middle. But of course, white gained a lot of profit in the top. So white is still happy with the situation, this territory and the top territory. Now back to the original game. Black pincers. So black probably couldn't find a very good way to protect those stones and decided to play away, but that's always dangerous. Counter pincer, that's a very good decision here. So now it's harder to use that e16 for black. This jump actually still allows white leave in the corner, the sun invasion for example. So it's more interesting for black to play a kick and then jump, or defend the corner at q18. And then white should play away. Maybe attack these guys. This stage is quite impressive, interesting too. Or just extend on the bottom side and expand the moil while taking away black's extension. Also here it's interesting to play moves like q4 or q6, or even just a cap move to reduce the corner. But simply extend at L4 is nice, because you expand the bottom and indirectly look at this group too. But now, one space jump, jump again. Yeah, this is quite okay to keep the top safe, and obviously look at the E12 weak group. Black pushes, Hane, and here white played a bit risky. White should just Nobi. That cut, it's a problem if you leave it at H15, because after the Nobi, black's shape is still a little bit in trouble, so black will either play a tiger mount here or a K mount to come out. But playing this Hane, it's a bit overplayish, and black can cut this way, then black has a Tesuji at F16. Now, if white tries to fight, the fight will be a little bit tight, and black can just go down, and there's nothing to do. You gotta give him the 3 stones, like this. It's true that in the end, actually, well, before you do that, you play one Atari. White is still safe, but giving those 3 stones, black just survives. So black is happy to touch base like that. So black missed the opportunity to cut here. Therefore, not all the double Hanes are okay. I mean, sometimes you gotta chill. So now we have a cut this way, extend, and Atari. Actually, the proper way here is to extend with Nobi, because if you play away, black wants this Atari and set up a ladder. And when you play the Nobi, he has a peep from the right and you connect, but he didn't get J12 in Sente. What I mean is that if you play just Nobi and capture the stone in the net, when black turns here, this doesn't force white play another move at K14. So white right now it's Sente, white wins the move in the local fight. But playing here, black turns with Atari, white connects. So obviously white wasted the move, and now black can play a big point somewhere else. And that's really the key, not to lose moves like that in the process. Pushing here is now a bit too late, nothing to do. This block is playing inside your own territory, should block this way, because black wants to come out and connect at K16, push and cut. And when you block this way, if black goes down or if black connects, the 3 stones will die inside anyway. And if he goes down, you can just play Hane on the second line. When he blocks here, you connect. If he connects here, you always capture the stones. If he plays this move, you can play a bamboo, and now those stones die anyway because you have more liberties. There is no way for them to connect to the left or kill the group on the right. I mean, it's too short for black to fight inside. So this kind of block leaves, for example, a peep here, and you still need this move. So it's the same combination like with K12. You play here and your opponent plays this move, you don't play inside the J17 because there is no need. So it was overcautious. Now black got the big point. White is supposed to try some combinations here with Q4 or maybe Q6. And it can always be interesting to see how the fight develops. And then after you get stronger, it's much easier to attack the K4 move. So back to the original game. Anyway, the Fuseki is still good for white overall, with the fight in the top and put that group on the run. So I think the 3 Joseki work well for white. Now, black should either react with S12 locally or double up at Q17 or block one time and when white jumps, attach the top stone or play the move like he played in the game. But playing here feels a little bit soft and white can still live in Sansan, and that will happen. So block first, black takes away the extension, now Sansan, that's okay. Push, fine, Hane, leave. But the way to leave here, it's actually better to play S16 because it doesn't hurt the two stones on the outside too much. Now, if black plays S15, it's an empty triangle, and of course, white needs another move to leave in the corner. If black plays here, is the same thing, is threatening the corner, so white still needs this move. But when you play Hane and defend, the group is alive, but the two stones on the outside, they look so hurt. Black can play here, trying to catch them on a large scale. He's trying the same thing with this move. So Tsuke, yeah, that's nice. Nobi, okay, Tsuke again. Black played it safe. Then connect. Turn one time, that's fine. And jump. So quite a light shape for white here. It's interesting to play an Atari, even if the ladder doesn't work. But let's see how is the formation. And then you gotta play this kind of shape. Takes a stone. That shape. So it hurts a lot the outside stone. Anyway, Nobi down seems natural too, because you don't want black to play there, obviously. This is fine. Yeah, he can cut the 3 stones. The ladders are still not working. So must sacrifice and cap. Actually, it's nice to push one more time. I don't think black will allow the Atari from the outside. And then the cap move. But the cap, it's a nice idea. So this is a formation where white is attacking. But this peep, it's not necessary because it's difficult for black to set up a base. The way to follow up is to play Keima here. If black pushes through and cuts, you have Atari, block like this, or cover, then push inside, then push along. And now this group is pretty much surrounded. Okay, maybe black doesn't have the time to answer 09 anymore. He's too busy surviving here, jump out and so on. So that gives white a nice Atari like this to get inside the Moe on the right. But anyway, this group is still on the run. So it's very difficult for black. Even if black managed to survive somehow, let's say, all this, oh yeah. Yeah, but let's suppose black lives on the bottom. It's still very small, and now he's got troubles with the other groups. So white will clearly profit, taking a lot of territory in the process. So this pip is taking away the base, but somehow allows black escape to the middle. Black blocked, white cuts, white shouldn't cut, white should go down, because when black connects here, white is already connected on the bottom side. So white can keep pushing like this or with Keima. Playing this move, yeah, black can sacrifice, but black can just Hane, it's the same thing. Hane, white needs to play here, and then start to look for I shape on the bottom, making a base. So when white takes away a stone like this to remove the base, black can jump in the center, and it's fine. So no need to cut, that was bait, must go down. Actually, no need to play this peep. It's taking away the base, but in the same time, it allows black come out in the center. So should probably shut his door into the middle first. Now this Atari is good, Atari again, and capture. But actually, why should capture the other stone? Because M4 dies anyway. If black goes here, you have this Atari. The thing is, when you capture L6, black is not going to push J6 in center like it happened in the game. So black needs to play this one or this one, but you don't have to worry about other forcing moves at J6. Like this, you capture this stone, which you capture anyway, but when black pushes here, you will go Nobi or take the other stone too. So again, white is wasting one move. Now here, white bluffed a little bit with the vital point approach, the peep. It's actually too much. Normally, just Keima, bump, block, and go up. Because if you play this move, obviously you expect black to connect and then connect back and there are no eyes. But what if black just plays H2? I mean, once you cut, he will cover and you lose the same eye by 1 liberty. So the peep will die inside. And if you go up, he's not going to connect here and let you escape and double Atari. he will block this way. And now when you cut here, he captures 3 stones. When you cut here, again, you lose the semi by 1 liberty. So this was a complete bluff, and it worked. Because black didn't read what happens with h2. Just connected by reflex. Then white connects, and black comes out. So now, if the stone would be captured here, instead of n4, white will not play there anymore. Maybe play a cap move. But now, white needs to nobi, and black could just keima to the center to escape faster. But either way, yeah, nobi again, then keima, and white got a lot of profit here. But this is a risky move. Normally, should be played on the 4th line. And even so, black can try some tsuke crosscut and mess up this lower left corner. Playing here, it looks a little bit loose. Yeah, in a way, you're trying to attack black group, but it's already out and safe. So now, if black just comes in like this, and then you try to catch the stone and then slide, it can be dangerous. Maybe black can leave on the left side and also attack white stones. And if you play here, you might just slide in the corner, push, turn, hane, go out like this, and it's enough room for 2 eyes. So playing a move like this, trying to build more, in the end can end up building less and turn into a neutral point. But black didn't come inside to punish, he's just reducing. So now white, yeah, after this exchange, it's hard to go inside the left, and already white will build the whole territory. And now it's a very close game. Push here, still good. Incente, this is a bit risky. Black can cut Atari and just capture the top, because in the end, yeah, nothing happens. Oh, but he played that way, pulls back. This is good. Now the proper move, it's actually this one, but it also works to play here. Well, in the end, black needs to play another move. Double up. Let's see. Atari here. So Esente. What else? Push like this and peep to reinforce the left side, and then push inside. Normally the corner, it's safer when you play a move like c5, more than when you play this one. I think black can still try, for example, Sansan invasion, then a push here, hane, and then the 2-2 point. This will always lead to a co-fight. So white needs to win the co to keep the corner safe. So it didn't matter if white played e8, the corner is still a little bit vulnerable. Therefore, it's more interesting to play this move just to secure the left side. But, oh, black answered. Black didn't need to save that particular stone. It's not a big deal if white attack. Yeah. So c4 sees the deal in the corner. c5 would do the same. I mean, when black Sansan, this will just die. We've seen this many times. Nothing happens. But yeah, being strong on the outside c4, it's okay too. It's more interesting to play the wedge and connect, because it keeps the stone safe and black needs to connect somehow. But the bump is good too. Okay, black goes up, but black and wedge, Atari connect. And this way, later there's a good endgame with f2, but right now white can play. So Nobi, Atari here, very good. Reduce the center a little bit, fine. This side. Oh, monkey jump. How to block the monkey jump? Yeah, this one it's a bit tricky. So when you play here, black pulls back, and if you cut, it's dangerous because he will Atari, then Atari from behind, then take, then Atari, then connect. Cannot play. So in this case, normally just goes enough, because if black pushes, you block, and now even if he cuts like this, nothing happens, and he needs to come back and protect. So if he pushes again, he will end up in gote. And if he doesn't do anything, later on, you block, and he needs to go back and connect. So that's the proper way. Like this, you might lose some points, and you still end up with g18. So you better play g18 right away. It's not necessary to give up a stone at e19 in this case. And of course, there is always this variation where you sacrifice a stone like that. But instead of Atari, you just pull back, because it's the same thing. I mean, if you Atari, he connects, you connect. But when you pull back, you actually keep the Atari at f18 as a co-threat. So yeah, you can sacrifice, but you gotta sacrifice d19, not e19. And the simple way here is just g18. Yeah, I've seen a game not too long ago with some issues on blocking the monkey jump. You don't need I shape here. I mean, obviously, black wants to capture at b13, so you better play b13. Because if he pushes again, you block, and now he might go back, and you build 2 extra points. I mean, playing here, he will attack again in center. It's like you play solid at b13, he pushes, and then you play another move at b12, which doesn't make sense because it's normal to block and keep these points, a and b12. That was a few points down. Oh, that push, white could always play to threaten a snapback. So, for example, now, if you push here, he must block this way, because if he blocks this way, there's a snapback. So, black has to protect like that, and then defend. Or, well, it could be played earlier too. This is good. Atari. That's fine. You can push here. Black will block, then no B, and black connects. This is okay, but it can sometimes backfire. But in this case, it's fine. Instead of connecting the 2 stones, push in center here. If black captures 2 stones, you have Atari, and you capture this guy, and it erases more than 4 or 5 points what black captured. So this push inside, very good. Atari. Oh, yeah. No, you can capture this stone. Fine. Because if black connects, you have the option to play this one. He needs to block and then push inside. He needs to play here, then cut. And now the whole group may die. Even if he plays this, this, and this, it's difficult. No ice. Yeah, it's completely dead. One eye he can make, but the whole dragon will die. So what happens when you play this move? He needs to protect here, then you can play this one, he plays here, and then you cut. So that was kind to give some points back. Tuck, 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 tuck. Yeah, again, white can play this, then push inside, then separate. If black goes here, you give up 1 stone, and then the whole group dies. It's like a false eye so far. Of course, he can do this, and Atari, and this one, but he needs to make 1 eye here, and then he loses the one on the bottom. Well, it's a long read, and it can be risky, so better keep what you can keep. That's fine. Wait a second. This was tricky. You can double Atari. If he goes like this, capture the stone. And if black captures here, Atari from behind, it's a very nice damage to Mari, because it looks like black is safe, but when black connects, everything dies. And when black captures 1 stone, you capture 5 stones. So shouldn't connect, because the Atari was an overplay. Just double Atari. Now black play this, and white connects. White doesn't have to connect right now. Probably there are bigger endgame moves to be played in Sente. For example, Atari here and Atari here. And then push inside and push play Atari like this. Maybe peep, then connect this way. So the thing is, black can play Atari this way, Atari here, Hane, but white answers everything and it's still fine. All connected. I mean, of course, this point disappeared, but black also lost a stone inside. So in the end, it's not a big difference. So therefore, no need to defend yet. So you can erase more points by playing the peep. Because if he tries to cut you somehow, like this, you play Atari first, and then you catch the stones. Or if he saves 3 stones, you catch 1 stone. If he plays the other way, you can do the same Atari, or you can play here, there is no way to cut, connect and connect. So just push, it makes it too easy for black. Just block and hit. That was big. This is not necessary yet. So let's say we play Hane block connect, which is like 6-7 points. Black will cut, white goes out, black cut, white goes out, and that's it. Atari here connect, and if black wants to cut like this, it's self Atari, so no need to defend here yet. But after this defense, Atari at d18 will be. Yeah, this was super big. Actually, for black, it's more interesting to play Atari and then Hane block connect. Now black can win the game because here white can only enter a couple of points inside. But Q2 was super big because it creates a follow-up to play R1 in center. So this block is just 1 point. Uh, oh yeah. But actually, white should protect this way. When Atari take, when Atari connect. So you make an extra point because if you play inside, he goes Atari here, you must play inside, and you lost 2 points. Ouch. So when you play Gote, at least you need to maximize. I mean, obviously he wants to play Atari K16, but if you play here, those 2 points are saved. It's Gote, but 2 more points for white. Like this it was Gote, but those 2 points disappeared, and now the move black should play is this one, to prevent the Sente in the corner. Because this one, it's 2 points, but white can play Sente first, very good. Then destroy some more points. That's also 2 points, this is good too, because black has to play inside. Nice. Oh, but here, it's a bit dangerous. First of all, white can play this Atari in Sente, and then white should go also Atari here. It's okay, because you can capture Sente. Atari here in Sente, and now the Gote should be Q19, not to play more moves in the corner. This is 2, 4, 6, 8 points life. If you just play Hane, black can Hane here, and when you block it's tricky, because he can try this move. So now you have to play S18, and when he plays here you block, and you build only 5 points in the corner. But he doesn't have to push right now. He can just play Atari here, leave it like this, push inside or connect to prevent the Atari. Then when you play Atari here, he can push inside. If you take 2 stones, he takes 1 back. The game can be much closer now. Yeah, very good to go down Q19. That was supposed to be black Sente. But also, white could do slightly better in the end game, especially with that capture in the middle. So I guess a lot of stuff to learn about the close fighting tactics, but once white got the big left side, I think it was okay. And in the beginning, somehow black got tricked in the top left corner. So well done on this game, and better luck with the next games in the league.